think that this is funny?
No. Just trying to,
You are mortifying me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the times Carrie Bradshaw was a champion we could cheer on, and times we couldn't help but wonder, can she really be any more awful?
I love you, but I can't marry you to make you trust me.
Number 5. Hero, strutting with confidence. Hands up if you've ever been in a situation where you tripped up and fell flat on your face, literally or figuratively. So basically everyone, right? When Carrie's asked to appear in a fashion show, she's initially reluctant because, well, society tells us that we regular folk have no business mingling among models.
I do not belong on a runway. Runways are for models, not writers.
What's the difference between strutting down a runway and the way you strut down Fifth Avenue?
With some urging from her friends and Dolce & Gabbana, she finally agrees and she really looks fabulous. Unfortunately, a little hiccup on the runway leaves her, as Stanford so elegantly puts it.
Oh my God, she's fashion roadkill.
Most of us may have run for the hills, but Carrie shows us how to rise up, dust ourselves off, and strut forward with our heads held high.
Because when real people fall down in life, they get right back up and keep on walking.
Number 5. Villain, judging Samantha. When Carrie told Samantha about her affair with Big, Samantha proved that she barely had a judgmental bone in her body.
Don't you want to judge me just a little bit?
Not my style.
Sadly, the same cannot be said for Carrie. After seeing Samantha handling a package, she makes a big show of telling anyone who will listen what she thinks. If she had just knocked on the door before entering, this whole thing could have been avoided. Eventually, Samantha gets fed up and calls Carrie out on her attitude.
Are you telling me you have no judgment about me and the Worldwide Express guy?
No judgment. But I do have a question. Will this relationship be priority overnight or next day delivery?
After all, what two consenting adults do is nobody else's business, especially when it doesn't hurt anyone. Meanwhile, Carrie was cheating and causing actual harm, yet Samantha stood by her without judgment. The irony is pretty hard to miss.
And I cannot believe that you would judge me after everything that we've been through.
Samantha, where are you going?
I'm gonna splash some water on my face and then I'm going home. And I will not be judged by you or society.
Number 4. Hero, choosing love. In the final season, Carrie decides to move to Paris with Alexander Petrovsky, even after Miranda warns her that it's an idealistic move.
Just say it! You don't like him.
Fine, I don't like him!
Then don't you go to Paris with him.
You're living in a fantasy!
It turns out she's right. Paris doesn't feel like the city of love when you're constantly being stood up by your other half. During a fight that accidentally turns physical, Carrie finally admits out loud that coming to Paris was a mistake. She tells Petrovsky that she wants true love and that she shouldn't have to give up that dream.
Real love. Ridiculous. Inconvenient. Consuming. Can't live without each other love.
Whether it's romance, a career change, traveling the globe, or whatever your heart desires, Carrie reminds us that we should always follow our dreams and never settle for anything less.
I don't think that love is here in this expensive suite, in this lovely hotel in Paris.
Number 4. Villain, her offensive take on bisexuality. This episode has some surprisingly progressive takes on gender fluidity for its time.
I feel we have dual powers within each of us. Men could be very female, and women could be very male. Gender's an illusion.
Unfortunately, Carrie ruins the mood with some backward and offensive comments about bisexuality. She dates a younger man named Sean, and things are going well until they start talking about their dating histories.
And before her, Leslie couldn't commit.
And before Leslie, there was Mark.
Is that a problem?
And it's not just Carrie. Her friends' reactions the next day are cringeworthy too. Hearing so many outdated opinions is just awful. This episode has not aged well at all. Honestly, it wasn't great even when it aired.
You're not marrying the guy, you're making out with him. Enjoy it, don't worry about the labels.
You're right.
Still, Carrie's total erasure of bisexuality is absolutely shocking and totally unforgivable. The only thing we want erased is this storyline from our memories.
Okay, mister, who you checking out, the guy or the girl?
Carrie, I was looking for the bathroom.
Oh, sorry.
Number 3. Hero. Rising up in Manolo Blahniks for the single, child-free women. When you reach a certain age, you find a sizable chunk of your paychecks going towards buying gifts for friends who are either getting married or welcoming a new baby. While that's all well and good for them, those aren't necessarily the milestones everyone chooses. So where are the presents for the rest of us?
Those were gifts. I mean, if you got married or had a child, she would spend the same on you.
And if I don't ever get married or have a baby, what? I get bupkis?
When Carrie attends a welcome to the world baby party, her beloved shoes get stolen. The host isn't too sympathetic and even judges Carrie on her life choices.
You know how much Manolas are? You used to wear Manolas.
Sure, before I had a real life. But Chuck and I have responsibilities now. Kids, houses, $485, like wow.
Yeah, maybe we wouldn't spend as much as Carrie on footwear, but we totally respect her right to shoes. Also, why shouldn't other achievements and life choices be celebrated just as much?
I wanted to let you know that I'm getting married to myself. Oh, and I'm registered at Manolo Blahnik. So thanks. Bye.
Number 3. Villain. Expecting a financial bailout from Charlotte. While, yes, we completely respect Carrie's right to spend her money however she wants, you've got to admit she could probably use a reality check about living within her means.
$40,000 on shoes and I have no place to live? I will literally be the old woman who lived in her shoes.
This becomes painfully clear when she needs to buy back her apartment from Aidan and discovers she lacks the funds. Unable to secure a bank loan, Carrie whines to her friends, who, except Charlotte, offer to assist. The next day, Carrie comes to Charlotte's home to berate her for not offering to help.
I was not sitting at a Chinese restaurant, turning away when you should have been looking at me. And what kills me is you don't even have to work. You're volunteering.
Entitled much? Seriously, where did she get off? Still, Charlotte ultimately steps up. Let's not forget this isn't the only time Carrie prioritizes herself over the sentimentality of Charlotte's ring.
And I never would have met my divorce lawyer, Harry, and I wouldn't be engaged now.
Uh-huh. Paper covers rock.
Number 2. Hero. Standing by Miranda. We'd say Carrie is pretty self-absorbed about 90% of the time. However, we can't deny how much she loves her friends. She skips saying a formal bon voyage to Big to be with Miranda when she goes into labor.
That's right, she is. You're almost there. Now push, 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 push.
Nurse, don't say that.
Carrie also supports Miranda after her mom's passing and stands by her during a crucial life decision. Not only that, she also accompanies Miranda to the abortion clinic. This is one of the few times where Carrie genuinely comes judgment-free.
I'm doing the right thing. Right?
Miranda, I cannot answer that.
Well, what do you think?
What do you think?
I think, what do you think?
You want to go one more round?
When Miranda asks her for advice, she doesn't jump in. She just listens while Miranda figures out what's best for her. Now that's the kind of friend we could always use.
Is this my baby? I mean, what am I waiting for?
Sweetie, do you want to leave?
No.
Number 2. Villain. How she treats Aidan. Aidan was initially set up as the anti-Big, a genuinely good guy who really cares for Carrie and doesn't play games with her heart. However, Carrie has no problem toying with him and doesn't seem to appreciate his good qualities. Their relationship even starts off with a lie.
You smoke?
Oh, just a little. The minute I heard the lie come out of my mouth, I realized just how much I kind of liked him.
We could pull up endless examples, but let's focus on 2 of the worst. First, remember when her laptop crashed and she was super mean to Aidan when he was just trying to help?
Got the bomb.
Not the bomb, not the good kind.
Is this funny? Do you think that this is funny?
No. Just trying to,
You are mortifying me.
But the real kicker is when she invited Big to Aidan's cabin. And yes, this was post-affair.
Before I knew it, I was telling him to make a right at the sign for Farm Fresh Summer Squash.
I don't want him in my
I
house.
totally understand. Look, he's gonna come up here and we're gonna have a quick talk, and then he is gonna go right back to the city where he belongs.
Seriously, what was she thinking? Why Aidan ever took her back is beyond us. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Hero, taking care of Samantha when she had the flu. It takes some friend to volunteer to hang out with all those germs.
The next night, I went to take care of Samantha,
More cough syrup.
which for Samantha meant making her mom's cure-all childhood remedy: cough syrup and Fanta orange soda over ice.
Villain, sending Aidan to help Miranda. That bathroom rug was more comforting than Carrie.
All right. Let's get you up now. On three. 1, 2, 3. Ah. Okay. How you doing?
Hero, defending her friends. No, you don't come for Carrie's friends like that.
What did you just say to her?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Yeah, get in the game or get out.
Guys, let's go. It's okay.
No! It is most certainly not okay!
Villain, her problematic views on therapy. Coming from the person who basically uses everyone she knows as her own personal therapist?
Therapy, it's just so self-indulgent. Ancient man didn't need shrinks to survive.
Ancient man only lived till 30.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Hero, breaking off her engagement with Aidan. Okay, hear us out. We love Aidan as much as the next Sex and the City fan, but we think Carrie made the right call here. In the heat of the moment, she might have genuinely believed Aidan was the one she wanted to spend her life with, but after some reflection, she realized she wasn't ready for that commitment.
This is too tight. I can't breathe. Can you get it off me?
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Okay, shh. You don't want the woman to come back in here.
I'm not kidding. Get it off. I'm burning up. I can't breathe.
So, isn't it better for everyone if they don't rush into something so major? No one should feel pressured to make life-changing decisions before they're ready.
Aidan, you're pushing me.
Well, maybe you need to be pushed. What's the big deal? It's just a stupid piece of paper.
If it's just a stupid piece of paper, then why do we need it?
Because I need it.
Sure, it sucked to see Aidan get his heart broken again, but if he really loved Carrie, shouldn't he have respected her feelings too? Good for her for standing her ground.
If you don't want to marry me right now, you'll never want to marry me.
That's not true.
I think it is. Yeah.
Number 1, Villain, her affair with Big. We hold Carrie and Big equally responsible for this one. Big was married and Carrie was with Aidan, but that didn't stop them from sneaking around together. If it had been a one-time lapse in judgment, maybe we could have forgiven them.
When Charles Dickens wrote, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times," I believe he must have been having an affair with his married ex-boyfriend.
But they carried on their affair for far too long. Carrie seems aware deep down that she's hurting Aidan and Natasha, yet it's not enough to make her stop. In true Carrie fashion, she even tries to paint herself as the victim in this mess.
You should feel bad. Do you ever think about how she'd feel if she found out?
Yes, I think about it all the time.
No, you don't. You think about what would happen to you if she found out. You don't think about her.
Naturally, they get caught. Poor Natasha ends up losing both her marriage and a tooth. Carrie even has the nerve to track her down to ease her own conscience.
Sorry that you felt the need to come down here. Now, not only have you ruined my marriage, you've ruined my lunch.
On a scale where hero sits on one side and villain on the other, where would you place Carrie? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, he's the good guy and I'm the bad guy, and the bad guy just has to take it, right?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.